This is my cold steel Shanghai Shadow that I bought from BA Blades, who obviously have a great sense of humour because they put a pack of love hearts in it, which still makes me laugh now. It has been slightly modified because one of the joys I think of this style of cold steel knives is that you can do, with very little effort, you can get something that looks a lot more striking. Bit of glass paper on there to get the paint off so they look nice and brassy. Tried tying a snakehead lanyard, which sort of didn't go quite as well, but I might do it later, I don't know, with a 4.5 ACP shell case on it. Polished up this stud. I do like that sound. I like this sound as well. Put these, what look like brass liners in, but they're not, they're actually plastic sheet that I painted. And modified the handle with a Dremel, as Captain Electro showed in one of his videos, and it makes a massive difference to the handle. It makes it just that little bit thicker, but a lot more grippy. Reasonably nicely marked up. Shanghai Shadow. The reason behind the name, and let's get rid of some myths about this as well. Shanghai Shadow. William Fairbairn of Fairbairn Sykes Fighting Knives fame was a policeman in Shanghai in the 30s, which I guess is a nod. The name is a nod to that. Now, it's thought that he invented this based on an ancient Welsh knife. Not true. It was originally a World War I trench knife, which the commander of the 9th Battalion, the Royal Welsh Fusiliers, had designed for him, based on an idea got by a guy called Felix Joubert, who was an armour restorer at Windsor Castle. So, you know, pretty good, you'd imagine, pretty good references. Unfortunately, Joubert was also a master faker. He made a lot of money by faking and selling replicas of armour and weapons, and he claimed that this was based on an ancient Welsh knife. So the Royal Welsh Fusiliers got a trench knife like this. Fairbairn saw it and thought, oh yeah, that would make a good fighting weapon. And apparently it does, because he also said the psychological reaction of any man when he first takes the smatchet in his hand is full justification for its recommendations as a fighting weapon. You know, I don't want to go out and start stabbing people with it, but yeah, you do get the feeling that in your hand that this is going to be quite a powerful knife. Sharpened on both edges. Some smatchets were sort of sharpened to here on one edge, and the other rows are full sharpen. And it's reasonable sizes. It's about, what, 13 inches long, which is about 34 centimetres. Comes in this really nice Kydex sheath. The hanger is actually movable. You can slide it, undo these screws, move it up and down. Gives it a lot of different grips. Unfortunately, I've managed to chip that bit. I don't know how I did it. Part of the psychological thing, I think, as we've just seen, is that great sound. Yeah, really, really nice sound. They're fairly easy to modify, and they can look quite striking, I think. And as a little side note, I used to work for somebody from Shanghai, and she used to say, people think I am from East London. I'm not, I'm from Shanghai. And that's exactly how she spoke. I love this particular accent. But it used to amuse me as well, and that's my Shanghai. That's my only Shanghai anecdote. It's a nice knife. It's not massively sharp out of the box. It would definitely do with being sharpened up properly. I would go outside and do some sort of slicing and dicing tests, but unfortunately it's chucking it down out there and it's blowing a gale. And I'm not going to get a chance to do this for a while. This went better earlier again. Oh, there you go. Sharpen. Yeah, a good stropping I think would make a huge difference to this blade. It's not a particularly thick cutting edge. You can see it's a fairly thin cutting edge. The blade itself is quite thin with this nice centre line here. Nice crinkle finish. And that's the Shanghai Shadow.